Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies and their future, as they are very close to reaching contention in the Western Conference as they are the 8th seed. But before we start though, it turns out about 93% of you guys who watch my videos are not subscribed. That is just so sad. So please subscribe. I don't want to see anyone here watching who is not subscribed. Anyway, glad that we got that out of the way. And next Saturday, not this Saturday, not tomorrow, but next Saturday, I'm going to be dropping a podcast with AJ analysis, and we are going to get some talking into. Anyway, let's enjoy this video. The Memphis Grizzlies are currently the 8th slot in the Western Conference with a record of 25-23 and are very close to contending in the West. Ja Morant got snubbed from the All-Star team this year as he was averaging 18.5 points, 7.4 assists, and 3.5 rebounds per contest as of April 9th, 2021. And Ja Morant is one of the most explosive guards in the league that can get up there with his hops. And this season is his best season yet, as he has played 41 games so far and looks like an automatic superstar. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Ja Morant is not the type of player who we are impressed by his stats. He is only averaging 18 points a game. Ja Morant is the player we are impressed by his athleticism, hops, and amazing agility and speed, and other pros about his game. And the Memphis Grizzlies have planned to center their franchise around Ja Morant, as it looks like that they will be centering their franchise around him for the next few years, trying to build off their current success. But if that doesn't work, Ja might get upset with the franchise and leave in free agency. And Ja Morant is a spectacular player. I'm not trying to be down on him. I'm not trying to call out Ja on this, but there is one huge problem with his game: that he's not a good three-point shooter. I mean, last year he was an okay three-point shooter, and he was averaging about 33% from beyond the arc last season, but this season it's an all-time low, as he's only averaging 25% from three, which is not good if you're trying to be a point guard in the NBA today. Now, the Memphis Grizzlies didn't really do anything at the trade deadline and really just stood still as one of the teams who did not make a very blockbuster and impressive trade, but that's okay because they have the young core they have of some great pieces like Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., Jonas Valanciunas, Dylan Brooks, and even Brandon Clark, you could say, are all great young pieces that the Memphis Grizzlies have and need for their rebuild right now. If the NBA playoffs started today, they would be the 8th seed that just squeezed into the playoffs with a 26-23 record, yet facing the best team in the Western Conference, the Utah Jazz. And the Utah Jazz are one of the best teams in the league right now, and they have the best record in the league and one of the best teams that you could imagine. Some people are comparing them to the 2015 Atlanta Hawks, but even so, this would be a very tough matchup for Ja Morant and his crew, as they would have to fight off the even more Grizzly-type Bears of Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley, Rudy Gobert, and their other crew. But one bright spot for the Grizzlies right now is Grayson Allen, Mr. Dirty Plays, as he has been killing it since the All-Star break on the offensive end and defensive end as well, because Grayson Allen is a very productive defensive player as well. Over the past 10 games, Grayson Allen has been averaging a smooth 13.1 points per game, and that has been correlating in some great Memphis Grizzlies wins, including Jonas Valanciunas stepping up and the rest of their young crew. Also, a big shout out to Kyle Anderson, because he has been doing the dirty work in the paint while also out on the three-point line shooting some hoops, and he has been having a great season this year, probably the best season of Kyle Anderson's career. And then you obviously have Brandon Clark, who was one of the best rookies in the NBA last year alongside Ja Morant, but this season he's averaging 11.7 points per game. And even though he's not averaging as many points as last year, he's doing more dirty work and getting more rebounds and doing a bunch of stuff that helps the Memphis Grizzlies team and roster. Even though the grit and grind era in Memphis is over, the team still acts the same exact way, but with a different core of players. They act with the mentality of the grit and grind, and they go after every loose ball, and they scrap around for every rebound. They dive to the floor for every loose ball. So they are having a very productive season, one of the most productive seasons I've seen them have since 2016, as they have had a semi-rebuild since that year. But this is finally the year, I think, where they will make the playoffs and be able to rise up into contention. The Memphis Grizzlies have a pretty easy schedule to close out the season, playing teams like the Bulls, and they're playing the Knicks tonight, so they are in for a treat, as they are probably going to get about 10-15 more wins this season. And if that happens, who knows? And watch out if the Memphis Grizzlies make it to the 6 or 7 seed in the Western Conference, because they're gonna blow your mind. You might think that they might not be able to do a lot of damage, but they could potentially force 6 to 7 games on a team like the Denver Nuggets, LA Clippers, or even Utah Jazz. I like this Memphis Grizzlies team. I really do, especially with the new addition of their star rookie guard Desmond Bane, as he has been killing it for them, putting up about 10 points per game, and is probably going to finish on the all-rookie second team this year. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Click subscribe, turn notifications on, like, share, comment, all the good stuff. And as always, I'm your boy Hyper Hooper Basketball, and we're out.